live. Hello. Welcome one and all to Trivia Club Live from the Trivia Clubhouse. I am your host, Russel Harder, the man with the bow tie, the man with that trivia plan. And trivia will begin in about 5 minutes' time. At around 7:05, we'll be starting to ask those questions for your trivia enjoyment. I'm joined, as always, by my partner, my producer, the love of my life. Hello. How you doing? Good. Hopefully everyone is doing well. As I noted, yes, we will begin in about 5 minutes. Let us know your team name in the live chat. Let us know how your day's going. Hasn't quite snowed yet here, but it will. It is winter after all, so it seems to be the theme of the new year, I guess you could say. Good evening to Down by the Bay. Down by the Bay. And they're ready to play. Good to hear. Good to see. Still have about 4 minutes time, so a little bit of time. Hello to Danny and Andy and everybody joining us for the first time, I believe, as hashtag teams or Team Stoat are the beast animal. There's a lot to decipher there, but teams to at are the beast animal. I was thinking you might have spelled it wrong, but it made it the hashtag even funner to figure out. Even more fun. So yeah, I'm learning as I go. Team Stoats are the best animal. Hello to Rondai. Good to have you as well. Hello to Team Uno Persona as well. And hello to Sherlu. Everyone coming in as I helped, or as I needed a little bit of help to decipher that hashtag fun. I'm just going to look up Stoats. I'm not familiar with the animal. Stoat. Oh, yes. Yep. It's an adorable weasel. Are you also looking at the Stoat?
No.
They are adorable. Yes, hello everybody. We'll be getting started now with all that fun and chatter in about a minute or so, maybe less than a minute, maybe a little bit more, depending on how many more join us in the next little while. But we'll be getting started at around 7:05. So get that pen and piece of paper ready. I've got my water. Yeah.
Oh, stoats are.
Pardon?
Stoats are cute.
The stoats are cute. Yeah. This just in from my producer. Yes, stoats are cute. Yeah. Wonderful. All right. With it 7:05. Oh, and hello to the ghost of BB Rebozo as well. Chat is not available on their end. But it is fantastic to have them, as always, also taking part in the trivia goodness. Thanks, Chelsea, for making sure they're connected or keeping them connected. All right, with all that said and done, let us jump into the start of things. I'm going to turn the volume down, actually. It's a little higher than it needs to be. All right, and we will begin in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome to Trivia Club.
Hello, hello. Welcome, one and all, to Trivia Club, live from the Trivia Clubhouse. I'm your host, Russel Harder, the man with the bow tie, the man with that trivia plan. And trivia is planned for 20 questions of trivia goodness from our clubhouse to yours. Yes, welcome for the 85th edition of this live-streamed Night of Trivia. Thank you for supporting Trivia Club. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video, and you can hit the bell notification as well so that you know when the new videos or new live streams begin. You can follow Trivia Club on Instagram.com/triviaclub.ca or Trivia Club CA on Instagram. And we're also on triviaclub.ca, where you can find all of our info, both the general events, the rundowns, the recaps, the stats, if you will, all that fun stuff. And an archive of both online and live events of the past. Ah, yes, those days of yore. What is outside? Anyway, all you need is a pen and a piece of paper to write down those answers on tonight. Hello to everyone who's taking part in the live chat as well. Great to have you. Great to have Down by the Bay. Hello, hello. Hello to hashtag Team Stoats are the best animal. And looking up on the Google, both myself and my executive producer agree they are adorable animals. Yeah. Not being familiar with stoats, it's always fun to find new animals. And speaking of my executive producer, I am joined as always by my partner, my producer, my executive producer, the love of my life. Hello. I know I always say it twice, but one's for off air, the other one's for on air.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just so when I cut it down to a podcast, it's still there.
Okay.
I always want you to be involved.
Thank you.
Hello to Team Uno Persona. Hello to Sherlu. Hello to Rondai. Did I already say Rondai? No, hello to Rondai. Hello to the ghost of BB Rebozo. Hello to, yes, Mad in LA. Hello to Cookie Faced as well, the cat in the box. Is the icon that they post on. Yeah, you know. All right, all that said and done, all those hellos. Oh, and of course, hello to my grandma Fran, who is playing along as well, but not in the chat, but still always great to have you playing along. Thank you for joining in, everybody. As always, we end the night with a bit of bonus trivia. So here's that answer for last week's bonus trivia. Last week, I asked you to find a non-Canadian Olympic hockey hero. This hockey hero in question actually was a hero against Canada, but for Sweden. In the anagram Prague Beers Fret, you could find the name Peter Forsberg. Peter Forsberg. There you go. That was your bit of bonus trivia to end last week's event. And before we start this week's event, just a couple of important ground rules to remind you of. Those cardinal rules are: be smarter than your internet connection. If you're cheating to find answers, you're really only cheating yourself. Don't post any answers in the comment section. Remember, no spoilers. But please do comment in the comment section, chat amongst yourselves, catch up, talk about the weather, whatever you want to do. I'm always here to answer questions about questions, just not give you the answers for those questions. And the only other rule of Trivia Club is tell everybody about Trivia Club. Thanks. And with all that said and done, let's jump in to the fun. It's Trivia Club at home. Question number 1. We are whirtling away. So, first question for the night. Write down your answers on your sheet. It was announced just this past Monday, yes, yesterday, if you're watching this live, that this newspaper, name that newspaper, known for its crossword, was announced to have purchased Wordle for a low 7-figure deal. Though Wordle will remain free for the time being, and as they say, they'll try to make sure you keep your stats. So once again, it was announced just yesterday, just this past Monday, that this newspaper, name that newspaper, known for its crossword, has purchased everyone's favorite online word game that is, at this time of taping, still free to play. Wordle for a low 7-figure deal. That's your question number 1. Question number 2, contain yourself. What brand of peanut butter, never licensed by the estate of author J.M. Barrie, mind you, was the first ever sold in plastic jars? Once again, name the brand of peanut butter that was never, in fact, licensed by the estate of J.M. Barrie, author J.M. Barrie, that was the first ever sold in plastic jars. Question number 3, we are awkward in Idaho. That seems very specific. This is the equally strange first name of a socially awkward 16-year-old from Preston, Idaho, who lives with his grandmother, Carlinda Dynamite, along with his older brother, Kip. Once again, this is the equally strange first name of a socially awkward 16-year-old from Preston, Idaho, who lives with his grandmother, Carlinda Dynamite, along with his older brother, Kip. Yeah, I would say in the movie bearing his name. Or bearing the character's first and last name. But yes, I was just looking for the equally strange first name of a socially awkward 16-year-old from Preston, Idaho, who lives with his grandmother, Carlinda Dynamite, along with his older brother, Kip. And question number 4, what is the connection between the answers of 2 and 3? Yes, what do the answers of 2 and 3 have in common? The connection is free of context from the questions. So you're going to have to do some thinking outside the box. Connecting for the point. What is that connection between the answers of 2 and 3 on your question number 4? As you're thinking of that connection, that question number 2, once again, what brand of peanut butter, never licensed by the estate of author J.M. Barrie, was the first ever sold in plastic jars? And question number 3, this is the equally strange first name of a socially awkward 16-year-old from Preston, Idaho, who lives with his grandmother, Carlinda Dynamite, along with his older brother, Kip. And yes, question number 4, what is the connection between the answers of 2 and 3? Question number 5, it is called Gimme 5. Hey, give me 5. Yeah. So give me 5. This one is a Wordle edition. Yes, this was even planned before Monday's news. But it's kind of a Wordle edition because I'm going to give you 5 letters and you give me the 5 words that can be spelt using those 5 letters. Does that make sense? So give me 5 words that use all 5 of these letters. R, E, P, O, S. I will say one of the words cannot be repose. It's one of the words that you can spell will not be repose, but it will be we'll be using all 5 of the letters R, E, P, O, and S to spell, yes, 5 words, 5 different words. Maybe this is more of a Scrabble edition because you can, you have to use all 5 letters to spell 5 words, and all 5 of those words can only be 5 letters long. Oh, and they have to be English words. Yeah, there you go. I think I've covered my bases. Let me know if you need any more clarification. Do you need any clarification?
No.
No? Okay. And hey, for the fun of it, use one of these 5-letter words in your Wordle tomorrow or today. I don't know. I don't know if you played it today. Question number 6, as you're maybe still picking away. That gave me 5. Question number 6 is called Give Me a Break. So, at question number 6, of the three brothers who made up the famous musical act The Bee Gees, who or which one is the only one that is still alive? It's a good question. Of the 3 brothers who made up the famous musical act The Bee Gees, which one is the only one who is still alive? All I need is their first name, although I also gave you their last name in the title for this question, so that works too. Question number 7. Word a question. Yes, indeed. Word a question. That probably means that wart's in the question. All right. So, question number 7. Name the herb used prominently in Italian cooking that is also known as St. Joseph's wort. That's W-O-R-T. St. Joseph's wort. Yes, name that herb used prominently in Italian cooking that is also known as St. Joseph's wort. Question number 8 now is our first and only in this event, but the first audio clue of the night. Yes, indeed. This audio clue is called Bit by Bit. I will play an 8-bit version of a popular song. You name that song for a point and tell me the musical act responsible for that, or at least original song, for a point each. So, a point for naming the song, a point for naming the musical act, who is responsible for the non-chiptune version. But here's that popular song, if it were played as a ringtone for an old flip phone. Here we go, bit by bit. That is your bit by bit. Name that song for a point and tell me the musical act responsible for that tune. So with your question number 8, and you're dancing, at least stop for now. Question number 9, we're going to burrow around for this answer. Your question number 9, which of the New York City boroughs is the largest in total area? Not in population, but which is the largest New York City borough in total area? And thank you, Matt, for the dancing compliments. Thank you. Question number 9, which of New York City's 5 boroughs is the largest in total area? Question number 10, it is the first game show game of the night. It is called Survey Says. Survey Says is Trivia Club's spin on the Family Feud. By spin, I mean we take a Family Feud question and ask you to answer it. It's pretty straightforward, actually. It's less of a spin and more of a take. So, what Survey Says, actual Family Feud survey, 100 Americans did give their answers, so you give me what you think is their number one answer for as many as 5 points to be won. And your question number 10, that survey says, name a word or phrase that begins with the word junk. So give me a word. Actually, it is just a single word that completes a 2-word combination that begins with the word junk. Or I guess 2-word or a combination word. I guess you could call them two. If it's just a single word, but it's made up of 2 words. Yeah? Yeah. I think that's it. Yeah. No, that's right. No, that's right. I was just double checking on that. It's like a no, 2 words that make up a single word is a combination word. But like 2 familiar words. One moment, please. Compound. Thank you. Thank you. She's both my producer and my editor. Yes. Give me a word that makes up either a 2-word or a compound word that begins with the word junk. Question number 11. Question number 11 is called Super Home. So that question number 11, until last year, when the Buccaneers won in Tampa Bay, no team had ever played the Super Bowl in their home stadium. But which NFL team will be making it 2 years in a row when they play in their home stadium for this year's Super Bowl 56 at SoFi Stadium? I believe it's SoFi and not Sophie, but maybe. Just once again, your question number 11, until last year when the Buccaneers won in Tampa Bay, no team had ever played the Super Bowl in their home stadium. But which NFL team, name that NFL team that will be making it 2 years in a row when they play in their home stadium for this year's Super Bowl 56 at SoFi Stadium? Question number 12. Now we're going to quiz you on days of the week and colors. Seems pretty straightforward. So, question number 12. According to the title of a 1983 number one song by New Order, what color is Monday? Barely even missed a beat over there. According to the title of a 1983 number one song by New Order, tell me, what color is Monday? Are you singing to yourself in your head?
Yeah.
Question number 13. The D is for disaster. So, tell me, what 1996 disaster film starring Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt was the first Hollywood feature film to be released on DVD? What was the first? What 1996 disaster film starring Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt was the first Hollywood feature film to be released on DVD? Question number 14, it is time after time, time after time. Bum, bum, bum. So, with time after time, I will tell you 4 historical moments, and you put them in order from earliest to most recent with a point given for each correct placement. That's 4 possible points to be won, but you could lose 2 possible points if even one is out of order. Once again, put these historical moments from earliest to most recent, and speaking of those historical moments, here they are in no particular order. Phil Rizzuto is inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Yes, that is Phil Rizzuto making his second consecutive Trivia Club question appearance 2 weeks in a row in 2022. But yes, Phil Rizzuto is inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. The Who are inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The Canada Sports Hall of Fame inducts Donovan Bailey. And Hall & Oates released the hit single, I Can't Go For That, No Can Do. So once again, those historical moments, Hall & Oates released the hit single, I Can't Go For That, No Can Do. The Canada Sports Hall of Fame inducts Donovan Bailey. The Who are inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and former New York Yankees shortstop Phil Rizzuto turned New York Yankees announcer Phil Rizzuto is inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Question number 15 now is Countdown Takedown. This is another game show game. This one is played with Price is Right rules with a twist. I want you to guess as close as you can to the actual number for this question without going over. If you're within 25% of the actual answer, that is 2 points to be won. If you guess that answer right on, that is 5 points to be won. If you're even one over, though, that is 0 points. And of course, if you're outside of that 25% range, that is also 0 points. That keeps you from wanting to try that $1 bob. So, that countdown takedown question, your question number 15, including the seasons that aired on Netflix or that were produced by Netflix as well, how many episodes of the sitcom Arrested Development aired across its 5 seasons? Once again, including the seasons on Netflix, how many episodes of the sitcom Arrested Development aired across 5 seasons? Question number 16. The C is for, actually, you're going to have to tell me. What does the letter C stand for in the acronym UNESCO? So in the acronym UNESCO, what does the letter C stand for? I'll give you an additional hint and say the UN in UNESCO is for the United Nations. Question number 17, we're playing the name game. So that name game asks you from 1610 to 1792, France was ruled by 4 kings who were all shared what name? From 1610 to 1792, France was ruled by 4 kings who all shared what name? Question number 18. It's your favorite game and mine. It's which Chris? Pine, Hemsworth, Evans, or O'Dowd? I tell you the movie and you tell me which of those Hollywood Chris's is featured in it. Is it Chris Pine, Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, or Chris O'Dowd? So which Chris is in Jay and Silent Bob reboot. Jay and Silent Bob reboot. Does it feature Chris Pine, Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, or Chris O'Dowd? Which Chris? Which Chris? They're all actors, they aren't fish. Which Chris? Which Chris? I'll tell you the movie, you make your pick. That last one didn't rhyme, but
Neither did Fish and Chris.
I mean, artistic license. Question number 19. Speaking of singing, it's tune out time. I'm going to read lyrics with as little melody, rhythm, or affect original to the song as possible, and you name that song and the musical act responsible for that song for a point each. Another 2 possible points to be won. So here is that tune out set of lyrics. You name this song and the musical act responsible, and I'm going to read those lyrics with as little melody, rhythm, or affect original to that song as possible. Can you hear them? They're talking about us, telling lies. Well, that's no surprise. Can you see them? See right through them. They have no shield, no secrets to reveal. Doesn't matter what they say in the jealous games people play. Once again, I'm going to try. Can you hear them? They're talking about us, telling lies. Well, that's no surprise. Can you see them? See right through them. They have no shield, no secrets to reveal. Doesn't matter what they say. In the jealous games people play. Yeah, that's my dramatic presentation. Answer question number 19. And before we jump into question number 20, are there any questions I can repeat or clarify from the first 19 questions, that 1 to 19? I can do question number 15. After this, you can also ask in the chats as well, of course, if I need anything repeated. After this, I'll tell you that question number 20, that Trivia Royale, which is a 5-minute long timed question. But question number 15, once again, your countdown takedown question, including the seasons that aired or that were produced as well on Netflix. How many episodes of the sitcom Arrested Development aired across 5 seasons? Question number 10, our Family Feud. Name a word or phrase that begins with the word junk. And I will say the source material is copyrighted. I believe it's 2013 or 2014. So I can't necessarily pin to what year or decade. But I think they're all pretty evergreen answers possible. I might be proven wrong, but uh, 9 and 14. Question number 9. burrowing around. So, tell me which of the New York City boroughs is the largest in total area? Looking for the largest borough of New York City in total area. And you got question number 14? Excellent. Excellent. Nothing else seems to be needed to be repeated. So I'm going to get those 5 minutes ready on the clock. You have 5 minutes to give me as many of those possible answers as you can. So 10 possible answers for 10 possible points. And if there's nothing else to repeat, looks good. Your question number 20, that Trivia Royale. Name for me any 10 of the 20 best-selling board games of all time, according to the website Money Incorporated. So according to Money Incorporated, name for me any 10 of the 20 best-selling board games of all time. I will say that most of the potential answers are branded names, but not all are. Some are the generic names for those board games. Otherwise, they're predominantly branded board games. That makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Three minutes and 33 seconds remaining. 3:30 remaining. After this, we'll be marking our papers or marking our peers' papers if we're playing against those within our homes. So fill out as many of these answers as you can, and also fill out any other blank spaces that you might have on your answer sheet. But yes, your question number 20, that Trivia Royale. Name for me any 10 of the 20 best-selling board games of all time. This is according to Money Incorporated. Just any 10 of the top 20 best-selling board games of all time. With most of these names being branded board games, but some potential answers being the generic names for those board games. Oh, we're past the halfway mark. Missed that, but it is 2 minutes remaining. We have 2 minutes remaining on our Trivia Royale. Name any 10 of those 20 possible answers on that Royale, and also give me your best guess on all those other answers as well. 46 potential points to be won. Realize I can't keep on doing the background music myself. Though it also is a good reminder that I just need to put in the background music. Mm-hmm. One minute remaining. We have 1 minute remaining on our Trivia Royale. Thirty seconds. 30 seconds on that Royale clock. Finalize those answers. Get ready with that colored pen or pencil of your choice. But I mean, there's still 20 seconds, so don't switch over quite yet unless you're all happy with your answers. Yep, you're doodling, you're happy. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time is up. Yes, indeed, that is time. All right, now that we've settled all that, let's jump into our answers on that night of trivia goodness. So here are those Trivia Clubhouse answers to your questions. So this past Monday, just yesterday, if you're watching this live, this newspaper, known for its crosswords, was said to have purchased Wordle for a low 7-figure amount of money. Not bad for a free game that's existed less than 300 days. Well done, Wordle, for your creation of fun. But also, I mean, it was nice to have something that was free and unhindered by any corporations. Anyway, Wordle will soon be a part of the New York Times. It is a New York Times game. And hopefully free and easy to play for as long as possible. For like another 10 years? Is that too much to ask? It's probably a little too much to ask, but it's going to be a part of the New York Times. Question number 2, contain yourself. What brand of peanut butter, never licensed by the estate of author J.M. Barrie, was the first ever sold in plastic jars? That would be Peter Pan. Peter Pan, peanut butter. Peter Pan. And this is the equally strange first name of a socially awkward 16-year-old from Preston, Idaho, who lives with his grandmother, Carlinda Dynamite, along with his older brother, Kip, looking for the name Napoleon. Napoleon. So, what is the connection between Peter Pan and Napoleon? For the point, they are both complexes. Yeah, you got your Peter Pan complex, which is for people that don't like to grow up, and your Napoleon complex for those who overcompensate. Question number 5. Give me 5. Yeah. The second time around, I always high five myself.
Yeah.
So your question number 5. Give me 5. Give me 5 words. Those 5 words that could be spelled. Probably spelled. From the letters R-E-P-O-S, not including the word repose. So those possible spellings are pores, poser, prose, ropes, and spore. Nicely done.
Thank you.
And may you Use this word tomorrow on Wordle and think of Trivia Club. And a question on the connection. Will you take boys that never wanted to grow up? We know that Peter Pan didn't want to grow up, but we can't confirm that for either the Emperor Napoleon or Mr. Napoleon Dynamite, who clearly just wanted to dance. Oh, and it for your Gimme 5, yes, that is a point for each of those words that you grabbed. You grabbed that you spelled out. Oh, and connection lived on islands for Napoleon and Peter Pan. Yeah, that checks out, actually. I hadn't thought about that, but Peter Pan definitely lived on Neverland. And Napoleon not only lived on the island, but I believe he ended up dying there as well. That he was sent to by the British, I believe, after they beat the French. Did they? Or was that a political? Anyway.
You got yourself into that.
No. But I know the Emperor Napoleon ended up on an island.
Yeah.
But yes, give me 5. Each one of those 5 words is worth a point. Well done. So question number 6, give me a break. Of the 3 brothers who made up the famous musical act, the Bee Gees, who is the only one who is still alive? That would be Barry. Barry Gibb. Well done. And thank you to Diana for that wonderful question as well. For that bonus bit of trivia for me. All righty. Question number 7. Word to question. What herb used prominently in Italian cooking is also known as St. Joseph's wort? That would be basil or basil, depending on who you talk to. Even if it's like only 4 or 5 people, they'll all have maybe a different answer. Or one of 2 answers. Basil or basil, each are acceptable for a point because they're spelled the same. Question number 8, bit by bit. So that 8-bit version of that popular song was an 8-bit version of Be My Baby for a point by Ronnie Spector. Or Ronnie and the Ronettes. Ronnie Spector and the Ronettes, however you want to do that. But yes, Ronnie Spector will get you a point. And Be My Baby for another point. Question number 9. Borough around. Which of the New York City boroughs is the largest in total area? That would be the borough of Queens. Queens is the biggest in area. Manhattan is still the most popular. But yes, Queens is the answer on question number 9. Question number 10, your survey says, name a word or phrase that begins with the word junk. I'll start with the 1-point answer and go up to the 5-point answer. So 1 point if you were looking for just a point, so you pointed, which if you live in the Toronto area, you know that if you point, they'll remove that junk. Yes, junk removal for a point. 1 point for junk removal. Two points if you were just looking for a place to put just a point or 2. And you just decided to toss it in your junk drawer with the elastic bands and that like menu from that restaurant that you went to 3 years ago. Also, is that a toothpick? I probably shouldn't use that. junk drawer stuff, Do you have anything to add to the junk drawer?
No, I think you did pretty well.
Thank you. Thank you for not adding to it. 3 possible points. If you mailed this one in, because it's junk mail. Yeah, junk mail for 3 points. And thank you to Danny for adding a sauce packet to the junk drawer.
Oh, that's
Yes,
good.
that's a very good one.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, 3 points for junk mail. Junk mail. 4 points if you get your junk removed and you still have to put it somewhere. So you tossed it into the junkyard for 4 points. And 5 points if all this made you very hungry, but you didn't want to try like too hard, but you still wanted to eat something like, I'm not going to say good for you, but still good. It's junk food. Let's just get right to it. After not getting right to it, it's junk food for 5 points. So junk food will get you 5, junkyard for 4, junk mail for 3, junk drawer for 2, and junk removal for 1. What are you thinking?
Junk shop.
Junk shop. That's pretty good.
0.
All right, your question number 11. That's Super Home. Or Home Sweet Bowl. No?
No.
Super Home. Still
Sure.
not great, but we'll workshop it. We'll get something better for next week. Question number 11. Until last year, when the Buccaneers won in Tampa Bay, no team had ever played the Super Bowl in their home stadium. So which NFL team will be making it 2 years in a row for such a feat when they play in their home stadium for this year's Super Bowl 56 at SoFi Stadium in beautiful Los Angeles? That would be the Los Angeles Rams. LA Rams. Question number 12. We're talking about days and colors. According to the title of a 1983 number 1 song by New Order, what color is Monday? It's a blue Monday. Blue is the color of the day. Thought I could almost subconsciously convince you to start singing, but not on camera. Okay, cool. No. Hey. Question number 13. The D is for disaster. What's the other D for? Disc. So, what 1996 disaster film starring Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt was the first Hollywood feature film to be released on DVD or the disaster video disc? No, that's not the actual actor. Twister. That movie is Twister. Question number 14. Time after time. Time after time. So here are those historical events in that actual order, in that order from earliest to most recent. So for your point each, the correct positions are: in 1981, Hall & Oates released the hit single, I Can't Go For That, No Can Do. In 1990, The Who are inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. In 1994, Phil Rizzuto is inducted in the Baseball Hall of Fame. And in 2004, the Canada Sports Hall of Fame inducts Donovan Bailey. Question number 15, our countdown takedown. So including the seasons on Netflix, how many episodes of the sitcom Arrested Development aired across 5 seasons? That would be, can I get a drum roll, please? 84 episodes. 84 episodes will get you 5 points. If you say 83 to 63, that is 2 points. 62 and below, that is 0 points. And 85 and above, also 0 points. We're still in that strange hit time in television history where they didn't exactly do like 25 to 30 episodes of television a year, which they seem to do in like the 80s and 90s for every show. But it wasn't quite the 6 to 10 that they kind of do now or that they do now for most, at least, like awards type shows. Oh, and well done to Team Stoats Are the Best Animal for completely guessing on all the time after time and getting them all right.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Question number 16. The C is for, well, let's see. What does the letter C stand for in the acronym UNESCO? It stands for cultural. Cultural. It's the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization. Question number 17, the name game. What name was shared by 4 kings who ruled France from 1610 to 1792? They were all, in one form or another, a Louis. I don't have the numbers in which they were the Louis, but it should be easy enough to look up. There were 4 of them, though, in a row. Question number 18. Which Chris, Pine, Hemsworth, Evans, or O'Dowd, which of those Chris's is in Jay and Silent Bob reboot? It is Chris Hemsworth. I'm in your head on this now, aren't I? Chris Hemsworth, the one that I haven't been talking about for a while. We talked about him a bit last week or 2 weeks ago, so I decided not to talk about him last week. So he's back in the rotation. So now we've covered all the Chris's recently enough. And it's back to, I don't know. It was Chris Hemsworth. Yeah. Making a cameo as Chris Hemsworth. Yeah. As himself. So, question number 19, tune out. Can you hear me? They talk about us telling lies. Well, that's no surprise. Can you see me? See them. See them. See right through them. They have no shield, no secrets to reveal. Doesn't matter what they say in the jealous games. People play. Hey. Hey, hey. Our lips are sealed. Our lips are sealed for a point by the Go-Go's. In actuality, those are pretty, not dramatic, but they seem to be like, I don't know. It's sung in a way that is almost in like the reverse of the attitude of those lyrics. If that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's much, they seem to be having a lot of fun. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Alrighty. Question number 20, our Trivia Royale. So, what are those 20 best-selling board games of all time? That's according to Money Incorporated. So starting with the number one on that list and going down to those potential answers. So on that list, number one is actually the first 4 are older games. So they're the generic names before we get to branded names. Chess, number one. Checkers, also on that list. Backgammon. Go, or Wei Qi, or is on that list. I guess Chinese checkers. Monopoly, or the landlord's game. No, okay. Scrabble, Clue, Trivial Pursuit, yeah, Canadian, Candyland, Battleship, Rummikub, Operation, Reversi, also known as Othello, Pictionary, Catan, or Settlers of Catan, or other versions of the Catan series of games, all for 1 point, or any of those variations on Catan. We'll get to that 1 point. The Game of Life, Stratego, Risk, that's right, Risk, Mancala, and the only other vertical board game other than Battleship that I can think of in this list is Connect 4. All good answers. I'm sure there's even more good answers out there. Yeah, that's everything. Were some good answers that Snakes and Ladders is a good one. Yeah, no, but not on that list. Yeah, I'm surprised. Mm-hmm. Alrighty, add up all those points. Let me know if there's anything I need to double check for you. Let me know the point total with your team name in the chat, in that live chat. I'd be happy to hear how you do. Let me know in the comment section if you're playing this after the fact what your point total was as well. As you're adding up those scores, your bonus bit of trivia for today, that tiebreaker, if needed, is another anagram. We call it I Built a VCR, because I Built a VCR is itself an anagram of Trivia Club. So find the big winner of the past week in the following anagram. That anagram is Lara Leaf DNA. I'll let you know the answer to this anagram next week. Lara Leaf DNA has 46 potential points to be won. Those board game answers once again. Connect 4, Mancala, Risk, Stratego, The Game of Life, Catan, Pictionary, Reversi or Othello, Operation, Rummikub, Battleship, Candyland, Trivial Pursuit, Clue, Scrabble, Monopoly, Go or Weiqi, backgammon, checkers, and chess. All right, the pointillos are coming in on the chat. I'll start reading those out as well. Well done to your executive producer and mine with 28 points. Yay! Also, wonderful doodles. So many colorful knitwear. Do you have knitting on the mind?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Such wonderful knitting happening from the clubhouse. Let me tell you. Well done to Team Stoats are the best animal with 22 points. Yay! Excellent job by Down by the Bay with 42 points. Yay! 41 points from Ghost of BB Rebozo. Yay! 33 points for Cookie Faced. Well done, Cookie Faced. 16 points for Team Uno Persona. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 34 points for Mad in LA. Yeah. 19 points for Rondai.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good job.
Good job, everybody. Glad you enjoyed. Glad everyone had fun. It was a fun new spin on the Gimme 5, so I'm glad you enjoyed that too. Might have to play around with those options. That's what we're all just in the mood for word scramble games. Excellent. Wonderful having everyone playing along. Thank you as well to Sherlu, of course, also playing along. I don't think anyone else was in the chat. Oh, yeah, other than, of course. And thank you, as always, to my Grandma Fran for playing along at home as well. Hello, Grandma Fran. Otherwise, we will be back next February the 8th.
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday on February the 8th. Yeah, I got mixed up in my head.
That's
I was like, let's just barrel through. We'll be back next Tuesday on February the 8th, 2022 for more trivia goodness. Thank you for joining in. Don't forget to like and subscribe and enjoy Trivia Club on Instagram.com/TriviaClubCA and at TriviaClub.ca. Oh, and our anagram once again with the typed out anagram in the live chat as well. The anagram is Lara Leaf DNA. And we're asking you to find the big winner of the past week in that anagram. A big winner of the past week in the anagram, Lara Leaf DNA. Yeah. Best of luck. Enjoy that word puzzle as well. And otherwise, let's say the same thing that we always do at the end of Trivia Club. So join us, won't you? Oh, hello. Okay. Hello. All right. And the thing we say every week is, remember, it's not what you know, it's what you learn along the way. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Thank you.
See you next week.
See you next week. Oh, I'll actually see you in just a second.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Have a good week.